Howdy, hey folks, this is Jesse with Team SodaKan, and today it's another match, this time with Hunter, who has not been on the channel in a hot minute. Real quick, Hunter is playing Armor Rush and I'm playing BlackWargreymon. Hunter went first and he went for the ST9 Vmon search. And I get in ST1 Greymon going in that breeding area real quick. And search with the new BT8 Gabumon, finding a BT5 Greymon and the new BlackWargreymon, because hey, it grabs a Dragonkin and a Greymon. Hunter's going to go for the Lydramon, and I confused him for a second there because I just suspended the Agumon without him having to tell me to. And instead of swinging over the Agumon, which would have been relatively free, he goes for the BT8 Vmon search, basically losing all his gas with the armor textures and fire rockets going to the bottom. But he does pick up a Megadeth here. We're going to promote our Greymon up into the breeding area, out of the breeding area, and go for the Metal Greymon. Metal Greymon is going to de-digivolve, and then we could delete either one of these things, and we're just going to get rid of the ST9 Vmon. Realistically, I feel like it doesn't actually matter at that point. He did get to search with both of them. He's going to go for another BT8 Vmon and grab another Lydramon, sending another Fire Rocket and also a Megadeth to the bottom, which, oof. It does happen indeed, though. We're going for the BT8 Agumon in the breeding area, which is a little bit of a risky play because not everything can evolve on a Black Digi in this deck. We're going to swing for 2 checks and end up getting a Megadeth hitting us, and oof, it does hurt. Going for the new BT8 Greymon in the breeding area, putting it down to 0 memory, and then evolving into a Cyclone Mon. Oh boy, pretty one though, pretty release. Gets the EX1 Greymon, not Greymon, EX1 Vmon in the breeding area. And he's going to Hammer Spark, putting him to Hammer Spark twice. My apologies. Going to use Flame Dramon to swing over the Cyclone Mon, which is understandable. I honestly should have expected it at that point. He's going to purge that armor, baby, and I touch his cards before he gets a chance to do things. Going to go for the Magnamon. I believe this Magnamon is sitting at 11k is what he said. But we're not going to be too worried about it because I believe we're just going to go straight into the Metal Greymon. Yes, indeed, you're going to put him at 1, get rid of that Metal Greymon, and then just, we happen to delete the Vmon. Alright. I believe he's going to end up just swinging right away with the Flame Dramon. No, he goes for the Hammer Spark and then goes for a second Flame Dra, which is, ooh boy indeed. We had to fix the memory there for a second because he forgot to move it, which is fine. And then for some reason he thought he could swing into the Metal Greymon. I think he had magic on the brain. But that is besides the point. The Flame Dramon is safe in that security, and boy oh boy do we have some scary stuff in that hand. And then he is going to, swing again, but that Flame Dramon did not exactly survive, but hey, Armor Purge. Going for the Davis because now he does indeed have a memory setter. We're going to go for the ST7 Agumon in the breeding area, and then go for an Alteris mode to kill off his Vmon. You hate to see it, and by hate to see it, I mean I love to see it. We're going to set him to 1 and use the BlackWargreymon to get rid of his Davis because we don't like tamers here. But hey, it means that we are able to actually continue choking him. A Delicate Plan, which will add to hand. I see we have our Marcus in hand, but realistically, we are a little too late into the game to really be caring too much about getting a memory setter out. Hunter is taking his time on this decision, which is understandable. It is a frightening decision. He's going to go for the Magnamon, and I believe this Magnamon is 17k. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2k. Yep. It is a higher number than the BlackWargreymon, which is realistically all that matters. We're gonna go for the Greymon, and I believe we're gonna end up going for a Metal Greymon play, unfortunately, to get rid of that stack. But at the very least, it should mean, unless he has armor texture in hand, we do not lose this turn. Going for the Flame Dramon, and we do have a blocker, so the armor purge will happen. And then going for the Vmon, grabbing the Davis Ken because, hey, that is a pretty nice card to be having. Hatching our final Koromon. This Koromon is going to become an Agumon of some sort. Alright, we're going to swing into the security and do some things. There goes a Davis. And he only does hit one target, so realistically, at this point, we should not have to worry about any fire rockets in that hand. And a Magnamon. Oh boy, oh boy. And now also, we could have played this a lot differently. We could have had cleared his board. But hey, that is besides the point. He's going to go into Elijahmon to suspend our promo Agumon. And then he's going to finally Megadeth the BlackWargreymon. But at this point, it does not matter. The only thing that potentially saves him is a Megadeth. And even then, I don't think that will really do the trick. And so that's going to be it for game 1. We're going to hop on over to game 2, where I believe Hunter tells me to go first, which is not what I was expecting. We're going to go and get the new BT8 Greymon in the breeding area, and Hunter's going to hatch an Upamon. Go for the EX1 Vmon. Going for a Hammer Spark, and what does he do? His best bet is to throw down Tamer, but he's going to play the Jamming Vmon. Realistically, I think the Hammer Spark was not very necessary here, but hey, we'll see if it works out for him. He's going to find a Megadeth, and oh boy, is that a threat to know that he has in hand. Now he just needs the blue-green sources. We're going to Metal Greymon and then just pop the Jamming Vmon because, hey, I'd rather his stuff actually have a chance to die in security. He's going to go Flame Dramon and just let us sit and chill. And we're just going to respond with BlackWargreymon to get rid of his Vmon. He's going to go into Upamon, go into the ST8 Vmon, and now he's just got some debates. I am clarifying for him that this is indeed a blocker. He's going to set us to 1 with the Davis Ken, and boy oh boy do we have options. We're going to swing, do the thing. He's going to get an armor texture, and he's going to see if he has anything he wants to play, and boy howdy, he sure does. He does elect to go for the Jamming Vmon. Even though he did have a possible search at this point, but I do kind of agree that the Jamming Vmon would have been better because typically I'm sure his hand has everything that he wants at this point. And I don't know, I messed up the memory, and so we were just clarifying, and I made him all confused, and that's reasonable because I end up confused. He's going to Fire Rocket, and then Alteris mode, he's going to Purge. And then it's still a big body because the 3K does stay until the end of the turn. That's what we're clarifying there. He is going to lose it though, and we're going to choose to unsuspend, and oh boy, it don't matter because he's just going to slam back to hand. We're going to go into Cyclonemon for 2, the pretty pre-release one. I actually got this from Hunter. And then Metal Greymon to do with its thing. He'll still end up gaining 1 thanks to Davis and Ken. And he's going to jam on up. Not jam. He's just going to swing for 8k. Going into the Jamming Vmon though in the back. And then going for Elijahmon to set us to 2. Koromon into an Agumon. Who would have expected that? And we just got some great old debates going on here. We do realistically have a way to leave him at 1. We do have the BlackWargreymon in hand, but is it truly worth it at this point? It might be. We're going to just let that armor get purged. And yes, indeed, we're going to go for the BlackWargreymon. And strange, I feel like this is the misplay that might actually end up coming to bite us. Hunter elects to go for the Davis-Ken again. Realistically, I feel like we should have popped the Davis-Ken. Interesting. That would have been able to choke him. That's the good thing about actually recording these videos. We do get to look back and learn a little bit more about where we made our mistakes. But hey, that's besides the point. We're going to BlackWargreymon to get rid of the Jamming Vmon. Not that it's much of a threat, but hey, if we can get rid of things, we can get rid of things. He's got the Magnamon going in the back now, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He's just going to pass. We're at 3 memory, and oh boy, what can we do with it? Going to an Agumon, apparently. And we should, at this point, have another BlackWargreymon, and boy, howdy. Yes, indeed, we're going to go for the BlackWargreymon, pop a Davis-Ken, and we're just going to start swinging. And alright. Oh boy, there goes 2 checks and 2 draws. Gnarly, man. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go for the Greymon just so that way we can have it. He is still going to gain 2 because Magnamon, and at this point, armor texture does win him game 2. He's going to be fancy and going to the Alt-Art Magnamon, and it is time for game 3 where I get to go first because I chose to go first. Alright. A basic start once again for me, going into a Greymon, and then Hunter just having to go into the Davis because he does not apparently have anything else to do or any better options in his hand. We're going to go for the Metal Greymon in the breeding area. A little bit rough, but you know, he does have a memory setter, so realistically this is probably our most memory efficient thing to do. Yeah, Davis-Ken gains setup, which is gnarly, my man. We're going to go for the BlackWargreymon, and this might also be another mistake of, you know, while we're thinking of the long run, realistically, we should do the thing that benefits us the most right now and have gotten rid of the Davis-Ken. He's going to Fire Rocket, which is nutty when you think about... No, he's going to elect not to Fire Rocket. Instead, just Mega Death, and oh boy. Realistically, I could have sharked him on forcing him to play the Fire Rocket, but like, hey, we're learning stuff, and like, who cares? I'd rather him actually do the optimal play. Alright, we're now down to 0 memory because of Nokia, and we're going to choke him thanks to Nokia. Going for the Jamming Vmon, he does have the Magnamon out, which he can now double Fire Rocket. Swing, Armor Purge, but hey, guess what? He has Jamming now. It's a nice thing to do. Jamming Vmon is very much a necessary card for the Armor Rush deck. He's going to go for Magnamon to leave us at 1. And Magnamon is big enough to where like we don't swing. No, like that's it. I believe we're electing to leave the Agumon down in the breeding area. Now we're just debating on if we want to go into the BlackWargreymon, and yeah, we're going to want to go into the BlackWargreymon because it's just going to clear that thing off the board. Meaning that Hunter now has 3 memory to work with, and hey, that's a good amount. When he swings, he can possibly clear out our board here unless we do decide to block with the Metal Greymon, since it does have the Greymon inheritable. And my oh my, is it not a feel-good decision to do. He's going to grab the, I believe that was Magnamon there. We're going to do the thing with Nokia, and boy howdy, I believe we end up, we're going to go for the Metal Greymon. We're going to swing over the Jamming Vmon and then Metal Greymon, and when attacking, get rid of the other Vmon. So that way we can actually do things and clear out his things. We have not touched his security at all this game because, hey, we're just not staying in that great of a spot. He's going to hard play the Magnamon, which is frustrating because we do not have the BT8 Metal Greymon to be able to swing over it. Going for the BT8 Agumon down in the breeding area once more because, hey, our hand's getting big, so we don't need to search that much. I'm going to play the Marcus, swing with BlackWargreymon, and then tap the Marcus to gain a memory. And now we have the decisions, debates, everything. My oh my, my oh my, my oh my. And we're just going to go for the Cyclomon in the breeding area. And I don't think we really have that great of an option at this point. If we had a Nokia or something, or I feel like playing the Marcus before that, before going in Cyclomon would have been the best option. We would have set Hunter to 4 instead of 6, but hey, whatever. He's going to go into Lobo, and he's going to, don't forget, restand your BlackWargreys, because hey, you might as well, right? It can potentially save you from Megadeath, even though he can just choose to suspend it. But hey, then he has to choose to suspend it. He's going to just hard play the Magnamon. We're going to swing over the thing. Pierce, Marcus, and gain some memory, all that good stuff, all that good stuff. And we're going to just fearlessly swing into his security. And Dark Guy forced the Magnamon away to restand the BlackWargreymon. He's going to go into Ladramon in the breeding area, and my oh my, he is going to Megadeath us. So I have not teched in Goonimons into this list, so realistically, we just don't have enough gas. We do not have enough for the game. So we're just going to check that anyway, and then basically let him do his thing. We'll end up Dark Eye forcing this Vmon, I believe, and call that good. So that's going to be it, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.